Say, man, I'm starting to sound like a broken record now. Look, throughout this week, I've been talking about how God will bring people into your life to reassure you on your path. You feel me? And he did again today. You know, today I was working out and I had like a split thought, and I was like, I wonder what God gonna show me today through somebody else, right? Boom. Seconds after I thought that, this lady named Miss Adhere, she from the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? She told me that she remembered a conversation that me and her had a couple of days ago, and I was talking about how everybody has a gift and it's up to us for us to find it. And she told me that today, and it's Thursday, about how she remembered what I said and that she really appreciated it, and it made her really think, and it helped her throughout her day, throughout her week. And she was telling me that she was just saying that she was just, you know, telling me thank you for telling her that. And I told her, I was like, you know, I'm just gracious that God used me as a vessel to tell you what you needed to hear. And I said that in my last video in response to a brother who commented something, you know what I'm saying? And I told the same thing to her as well, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that she it was upon her spirit to tell me, you know, that she appreciated something that I said days later, I'm like, dang, like sometimes we don't understand the magnitude of our words, you know? I would never think that she would actually, like, you know, think about that again. I would never have expected her to come back and tell me that, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know how far your words travel. You don't know the things that you said years ago. Some people still remember that, and it could have made them better or it could have made them worse. You know, throughout the rest of my workout, I'm over here doing my pull-ups, you know what I'm saying? My pull-ups. And I saw this man, he was like, hey man, are you interested in boxing? He would tell me that the reason why he asked me, because he was setting up like this program, right? That he was interested, like, you know, to like help kids and help women, you know, remain active in like a boxing abdominal workout set, right? And he told me, he was like, yeah, I see you be doing your jump ropes, and, you know, and it made me think, like, you know, maybe I should ask you. And I'm just like, dang, like, I'm just over here doing what I regularly do. And, you know, and people over here noticing it, and people asking me to put me in position to do certain things. I'm like, dang, like, again, you never know the power of your words. You never know the magnitude and the length of the extent of your actions. You know what I'm saying? Boom, I'm progressing through that workout. You know, shout out to Mrs. Scott and shout out to Miss Adhere. You know what I'm saying? So now, boom, later on, my boy who I'm with the high school with, he invited me to be in a Bible group. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna see what they talking about. You know, I'm gonna see to the extent of what they talk about. You know what I'm saying? I'm eager for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm eager for everything, you know, that I feel like is gonna, like, you know, benefit me. You know, boom, I'm walking out the gym. There's a group of ladies outside doing lunges, yelling my name, Stanley, just throwing their hands, saying hello. I'm like, dang, I'm getting all the love and support. You feel me? Like, and it's just like, dang, like, you know, it's just a blessing that people, you know, I make people really, really feel good, you know, enough to where people will act out of character. People will, you know, reassure me. People will, like, drop their ego, you know, and just tell me what's on their heart, you know, because I've dealt with a lot of people. I've been in relationships with women where I couldn't defeat their pride. The devil in them, the pride in them, you know what I'm saying, was overcompassed the love they have for me. And that's why I always ended up being hurt, you know what I'm saying? And so as I get older, I start to realize that people who I'm not even that close with are giving me most of my flowers. And that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? People, because they don't have as much of a bias, I guess. I don't know. When people get too comfortable, they get too comfortable, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm just blessed that, you know, God has brought this to my light, you know what I'm saying? All week, you know, these past 2 weeks, really this week especially, I haven't been feeling like coming to the gym. I've been feeling extra down. I've been feeling extra tired, extra groggy. But every day this week, God has been putting people in my life to reassure me. And it's amazing. Even last week, this weekend, you know, God bless, you know, I'm happy. You know, I needed that. I didn't even know that I really needed that. See, now I'm getting passionate. Now I'm yapping. I have 4 minutes and 15 seconds on this video. But overall, I'm just blessed that God has allowed me to make it this far. Yes, come across a video. You never underestimate the power of your words. Never underestimate the magnitude of your actions. You feel me? You never know whose life you can change. You never know whose life you've already changed. You hear me? So just be happy about that. You know, all praise in the Most High. God bless the sons of Abraham. God bless the daughters of Sarah. You feel me? Yeah. Shalom. And overall, I'm just blessed. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad God has blessed me up until this point. But the battle ain't over. The rest of my life, I'm over here trying to fight and get right for the Lord and make sure I'm repenting. You know what I'm saying? So you watch this video, make sure you repenting and stay in the spirit. And if you need to, ask God to show you some clarification on the life that you want to live for yourself. You feel me? Yup. Straight up.